Okay, now we're on the Gauntlet of Apollo level. This is God of War Ascension on Titan difficulty mode. And you notice that the Fury that's jumping on the rooftops, she has 2 arms. And in the beginning of this whole game, she had 1 arm. Her right arm was missing, and now we get to see how that happened. How do you think it happened? Okay, so anyway, we got a bunch of soldiers here, and you're going to get a checkpoint in a moment, but it's one of those checkpoints where it's challengingly placed, but it's just that I don't like this is way too narrow of a fight, even though it extends in a minute. So see how she has 2 arms. So we saw this in the preview for this game. Okay, you do get a checkpoint over here, but you have to go quite a ways, so keep your guard up right there. And you don't have to kill the other soldiers. All you need to do to get the transition this phase is just kill her. But you really need to get these guys out of your way because they're just like any other lackey when you're trying to fight a boss. You need to clear them. They respawn, but it's not like it's like a huge wave of them. You might get a couple of different spawners, but the one real good thing that you should do, by the way, all you really need to do is block very much over here. Don't mess around with parries. So yeah, it's very important that you pick up one of these. You notice I have one, but I'm not just going to waste it and depend on that one for later use because they disappear. They expire after a certain amount of time, or they'll pick them up. See, it'll disappear in a second over here. So you can block all of her attacks. And when she yields health, they're gonna give you a little bit more space to fight in. And when you can't move, that's your cue that you need to jump to avoid that shockwave right there. They give you enough time. It's just that, like, if you're in the middle of a jump or you're rolling or something, you might not have enough time. It's an interesting idea. It really is, because it's just a way of telling the player that they need to do a certain action by, like, prefacing that her attack by making you not move for a second. I mean, you can move, but you're in such slow motion that it's like you can't even move. So I go magic heavy over here because I don't think you can start this chapter. I think they start you with your magic anyway. So did an attack I didn't want to right there. Basically, she just does a lot of sharp claw attacks, kind of like Ares did when we fought him in God of War 1. They're the same kind of attacks. That's not to say like the game is copying him, but it's one of those homages. When she's up there, great opportunity to throw spears. But this is not as hard as like the next fight though, and I probably could have done a little bit better over here and resorted to magic a little bit less, but there's no checkpoint here, and I don't know. There comes a point when in a lot of God of Wars where I just get sick and tired of rolling. Like, I have to use my other thumb sometimes because, like, my thumb gets, I just want to switch thumbs a lot. But anyway, so she's going to summon some more foot soldiers below. Do the Olympic Fury move, that square times 4 move. Doing that move, it really builds up the meter fast. Like 2 of those, plus a couple quick hits will get that meter all the way up for you. And then you could just go to town with spamming that triangle times 3 attack. Like that move right there. Why would the game think I wanted to target her when she's on the roof? It's like, God. Okay, so I think I'm going to grab a spear again, hopefully the javelin. And, I don't have much health. And I'm just going to try to not use any magic for the duration of this battle. I think you either have to kill all the guys on the ground floor or just provoke her by throwing these javelins at her. If you have to hit her with dagger or javelins, I'm sure they'll have more of them spawn for you, so you can get their items once they drop them. So he's gone, and now I think. Yeah, she's summoning more lackeys. However, she got the white halo over her head, so now I'm going to go over here and trigger the quick time events. And I believe this is all that's necessary to do until we fight the next phase of the battle. where we fight a couple of these fates at the same time. So beautiful face right there, right? So there is how she lost her arm. So I was wondering that when I first saw her, like, does she always come with one arm, or what happened? But okay, so here's the next fight. We have first of all, this dragon's going to attack you. You can't get out of that. But we're going to have the other Fury with her. So here's a mini game right here. I failed it, and it's called the Demon mini game. Just like all the other mini games, you just press the square and triangle button, and then once you notice a little bit of slowdown, you dodge, evade, and you got a checkpoint. And I only had one use of the magic over here, so hopefully you have a little bit more magic if you want to. I also had one use of the javelin, so my first one was an auto discard move. But I think first of all, we're just fighting this sister at first. I think they're sisters. So there goes the magic attack. Okay, it looks like she might have yielded some more magic, because I know I had magic for the next phase of the fight. But she's got her little bird that she uses to fly on, and she also does area of effect attacks on the ground that you need to just evade from. And I would recommend using the evade button plus tapping the square button to go a little bit faster. But for the most part, you just go over to her, hit her with real quick attacks. The Plume of Prometheus works well too. Okay, is this yeah? See those area of effect attacks? Just get off those. I'm doing regular rolls here just because I hadn't got fatigued enough yet. Yeah, I'm speeding up my roll right there, and I'm just hitting her. I'm not even bothering jumping, and I'm even hitting her sometimes when she has the barrier on her, just because I don't know what I was thinking. I knew I wouldn't hit her, but I was hoping that some of my hits would connect. Perhaps if she lowered her barrier when I was in the air. A lot of the times too, I'm rolling and then I'm holding the triangle button, expecting the game to launch me up, even though I'm not connecting with the enemy, to avoid like a shockwave attack. But in this game, like I said a couple videos back, the game doesn't let you launch yourself up into the air. It only launches you up in the air when you connect with an enemy, which I completely disagree with. They should not have done that. They're destroying my game. So you don't even have to jump and hit her. You just go over to her and just hit her with the square button. So we got some magic and health drops here. Go to town on her. And the next phase of the fight is pretty tough. It's only because there's two of them at once. You get a checkpoint, and I have that auto discard one for the first one, so I threw it right there. You can block all the attacks of the arachnid type one with the claws, with the purple tips right there. See that right there? You need to jump. I was too late right there. I couldn't jump. But after that attack, she always gets stunned and needs recovery time. So that's your attack. That's your best chance to go over to it and hit her a bunch of times. But for the most part, the other one, just kind of ignore her. You will have to be evading some area of effect attacks she does on the ground right there. Jump. Do a double jump, and also press the triangle button a couple of times to give yourself a little bit more hang time. So there's the one use of the magic I had right there. Might as well use it. If I would have done this fight over, I would have just saved all the magic for this fight, because it's definitely pretty hard. But like even that attack right there, it doesn't even damage. Like, you see this attack right there? That's probably about as much damage as like when you get grabbed by a Gorgon. It's not even anything, so don't even worry about it. And okay, so now the arachnid one is shielded in a barrier, so we can't touch her, and the other one is going to be throwing area of effect attacks at us. So not only can we not hit the arachnid, but we have to evade these problem areas on the ground. But it's very easy. You just dodge and tap the square button constantly, and just try to get the other one as far away from the one in the air as you can, and then go over to her, hit her a couple times, and then just keep rolling around. It's actually very remarkably easy. I can't tell you how easy this is. So you really don't have anything to fear over here. But this roll is really going to help you. If you if you're not getting enough speed with your roll, just start tapping the square button. It's a little bit inconvenient because you'll kind of have to hold the control in a way you're not accustomed to if you're anything like me. But I'm not even bothering with jumping into the air and hitting her because I know that I don't want to land and then hit on any of those problem areas on the ground. So I would always recommend doing the rage attack, because it's going to ignite a charge in her, deal a lot of good damage. But like, why is it continually targeting her? It's like the game should know that, you know, only an idiot would think to hit the one in the sphere right now. But look, it keeps hitting her. It's just, God, that's so bad. The game should know. The game should not let you even hit her at all if you're not even next to her. It kept doing it though. I mean, if you're next to both of them, it should not even whatsoever target the one in the glass, in that sphere. It's ridiculous. But you'll see many times it's hitting the one, and I'm not hitting. Believe me, I'm not aiming at that one in the glass. I know I can't hit her. It's obvious. See, he's doing it again, and it's messing me up a little bit. But throughout this whole thing, I don't even think I got hit one time. So it's not hard whatsoever. You just have to have a lot of patience here. So take this one out, and then you're going to have to engage in a mini game, and it's complete bullshit because they're going to make you swipe the controller. If you miss the QuickTime event like I did, trust me, I missed it because I'm horrible at swiping the controller in a direction like this right here. But like, that's the only time you ever do it in the game. Why have it one time? It makes no sense. You know, if you're going to have it all the time, do it all the time. If you're going to have it one time, don't ever do it, you know? Anyway, I want you to hear and feel all of these attacks that I do on this bitch because it's very rewarding, and I want you to hear the gore with the sound all the way at the proper decibel level. So I'm going to take off. I hope you beat her, but just check this out. It's awesome. Oh yeah, hoes before bros.